The biggest problem with smoked chicken is that it's usually dry. I'm going to try to mitigate that as much as possible with a brine. Get a bucket or container with 1 gallon of the freshest tap water you can find and add in 1 cup of salt. A lot of people say to heat the water while mixing the salt, but with just 2 to 3 minutes of whisking, you can see we have made a clear salt solution without heat. Now, it's time for the chicken to make its appearance. Remove it from its little body bag and let's trim it up a touch. There was a lot of excess neck here, so I cut that off. There was also an excess of butt flap, so I cut that off as well. Let's see if there's any goodies inside. Here, we can see the chicken penis. And this is the heart. The gizzards, I think. And finally, a big floppy liver. You can smoke all of these extras as well if you want, but I don't want, so I'll be giving these to the raccoons outside. Place the chicken into your bucket of brine. If it tries to float to the top, place a plate or a bowl on top of it to keep it submerged. Let this go for 4 hours or at least overnight for better results. Now that it's the next day, we could prep this bird for the smoker. I will be spatchcocking this chicken for a more even cook. This simply involves removing the spine so that it can lay flat. All you have to do is cut through the rib bones until you reach where the thigh attaches to the spine. Once you're there, find the joint and cut through it. After you have one side done, simply repeat the same steps on the other. You can use this portion to make some stock, so feel free to save this in the freezer or give it to those adorable little guys digging through your trash right now. We can flip our chicken over and press in the middle of the breastbone to flatten it out. Here I still have a good bit of that salt and pepper blend, but I want to add some extra flavors to it. I'll leave the full written recipe in the description below. A little garlic powder, a bit of onion powder, and finishing it up with a little smoked paprika. Jostle this around to mix it, and then season both sides. It doesn't need a ton of seasoning since it was brine, but most of this is just to ensure the skin is also delicious. Okay, we could take this out to the smoker where I'll be using a 50-50 mix of mesquite and hickory to smoke this chicken. I'll be doing this at 225 degrees Fahrenheit for about 1.5 hours to get some good smoke. Since I can't adjust the temperature, I'm going to have to bring it inside and toss it in the oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm shooting for an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit on the breast and 170 degrees Fahrenheit on the thigh. While that's cooking away, let's make a quick sour cream based white barbecue sauce. 1 cup sour cream, 1 tablespoon of horseradish, 1/4 teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of hot sauce, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons of distilled white vinegar, and finally a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you didn't catch all that, it will be written in the description below. Give this a whisk until homogeneous and give it a taste for anything missing. I went ahead and added another tablespoon of vinegar because I like that tang. Okay, the chicken should be ready. The oven was quite brutal on the skin, but that's okay. If you smoked yours to completion, you shouldn't have this problem. But it's not really a problem because it still looks and smells fucking delicious. Dump those juices over the top and split this baby in half. Slap that half bird on a plate and top it with some of your sauce for a presentation. Yeah, that wasn't the best idea. Just put the sauce on the side. Presentation be damned, this is awesome. The brine did its job and kept it from drying out. The smoke flavor is fantastic and that tang that the sauce provides is a nice compliment to the dish.